Looking for reliable forex analysis? Check out ForexScope for daily forecasts and insights to help you trade smarter. Link in the description and comments.
Kevin Federline has offered a rare glimpse into the evolving relationship between his sons, Sean Preston and Jayden James, and their mother, pop icon Britney Spears. Speaking recently on the Talk Shop Live program, Federline described the teenager's desire to forge a stronger connection with Spears. Despite a deeply complex and at times painful family history, he emphasized that the love for their mother is an enduring and intrinsic part of Sean and Jayden. Federline expressed his long-held hope for his sons to maintain a meaningful bond with Spears, mirroring the close relationship he shares with his own mother. The former professional backup dancer believes that the very act of documenting these dynamics in his recent memoir, You Thought You Knew, could paradoxically pave the way for such reconciliation. He acknowledged the perception that his book might have exacerbated existing tensions but maintained that all other avenues for mending the relationship have been explored. Federline articulated a willingness to be perceived as the antagonist if it ultimately serves his children's need for a connection with their mother. He revealed that the memoir has already initiated communication, as Spears has reportedly spoken with their sons, a development Federline views positively. Looking ahead, he expressed cautious optimism, hoping for a resolution to the ongoing turmoil, though he anticipates a challenging and time-consuming process. The memoir itself details accusations of Spears struggling with substance use and exhibiting erratic behavior towards her children, including a disturbing alleged incident where the boys reportedly found their mother standing in their doorway holding a knife. Federline's account in You Thought You Knew, released in October, paints a picture of escalating discomfort for Jayden and Sean during their teenage years, ultimately leading them to cease visits altogether, with each encounter reportedly culminating in Spears' outbursts. It is important to note that Spears has previously denied these allegations, characterizing them as white lies, and stating that her primary concern is her son's well-being. Amidst what she perceives as sensationalism, she has publicly expressed her enduring love for her sons and urged people to disregard tabloid reports concerning her mental health and personal life. Spears has asserted her intelligence and her desire for a private existence over the past 5 years, feeling compelled to speak out due to the relentless pressure. Beyond the current revelations, Federline's memoir delves into the early days of his relationship with Spears. He recounts their initial meeting at a Hollywood nightclub, Joseph's, in April 2004, describing an immediate and intense physical attraction that quickly led to a passionate night at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Federline details how Spears initiated their physical intimacy, leading to a whirlwind encounter filled with chemistry. He characterizes the experience as purely physical and intensely passionate. In response to the memoir's release, Spears' representative stated that her sole focus is on her children's well-being. Federline also recounts the difficult conversation he had with Shar Jackson, the mother of his 2 children, upon learning of his budding romance with Spears. He described feeling compelled to inform Jackson, who was pregnant at the time, about his connection with Spears, admitting he should have been more upfront about his unhappiness in their prior relationship. He also touches upon his time on Spears' 2004 Onyx tour in Europe, where he claims to have witnessed an intimate encounter between Spears and a female dancer, an incident he describes as a turning point in their relationship. He recounts Spears' apologies and her explanation of feeling overwhelmed. Federline also shares details surrounding their proposal, noting that Spears initially brought up the idea of marriage during their flight back to the US. He admits to playing it cool at first but later proposed after Spears' knee injury. He reveals that Spears called her ex-boyfriend Justin Timberlake the night before their October 2004 wedding to address unresolved issues, an event that left him sensing she hadn't fully moved on from her past relationship. Federline believes that even after their marriage, Spears harbored lingering feelings for Timberlake, a sentiment he could sense throughout their relationship. The memoir also details an alleged physical altercation in early 2006, where Spears is accused of slapping him while holding their son Sean Preston. Federline describes this as the first instance of physical violence in their relationship, a confrontation that significantly impacted him. In response to these accusations, Spears has labeled the constant gaslighting from her ex-husband as extremely hurtful and exhausting. Federline further recounts his shock at learning of Spears' divorce filing in 2006, while he was in Canada promoting his album, feeling ambushed by the news and describing the experience as humiliating and devastating. He suggests Spears' PR team may have advised her to file for divorce to avoid appearing as the recipient of another breakup following her split from Timberlake. He also recounts the day Spears infamously shaved her head, alleging she arrived at his house in a disturbed state, shouting nonsensical things, before proceeding to a local salon. He describes the photos from that day as capturing the intense energy she exhibited earlier. Federline further alleges that Spears favored their younger son, Jayden James, over their eldest, Sean Preston, leading to Preston feeling neglected and carrying that pain for years. Spears, in response to the memoir, has stated that relationships with teenage boys are complex and that she has consistently sought to be part of her sons' lives, lamenting the lack of respect shown by their father. Federline also shares his son's alleged accounts of Britney's controlling behavior in denial of their independence. He recounts instances of Spears allegedly taking Jayden on horse rides despite severe allergies and feeding him shellfish against medical advice. Preston allegedly told his father that Spears had punched him. Federline also claims Spears once forcefully entered his home with one breast exposed and a torn shirt, seeking to undress Jayden despite him no longer wearing diapers. He describes unsettling visits where the boy's hair was bleached to the scalp, causing burns, and Preston's discomfort with bathing with his mother. By their teenage years, both boys reportedly expressed a desire to no longer visit their mother's house. Federline states that his sons recorded incidents with Spears, including one video where she screamed at Preston over an outfit choice for an Instagram photo and another where she berated Preston in the car while speaking to Jayden in baby talk. Jayden also allegedly recorded Spears waking him up in the middle of the night to keep her company or watch movies, and a particularly disturbing incident where the boys awoke to find Spears standing silently in their doorway, holding a knife. Spears has publicly dismissed these accusations as white lies that financially benefit Federline, asserting that she is the one genuinely hurt and that her sons should disregard tabloid narratives. Federline states that the boys eventually declared they were done with visits, leading to their complete cessation. He describes the palpable tension in their home dissipating once the boys were no longer caught between two worlds. Currently, Federline reports that both boys have matured and possess a clearer perspective on their mother and her struggles. Having learned to protect themselves emotionally, they continue to maintain a low profile away from social media. Preston, now 20, is described as a deep thinker with a creative mind and a love for music, sharing an exceptionally strong bond with his 19-year-old brother, Jayden. While Preston remains in Hawaii, Jayden has returned to Los Angeles to pursue his music aspirations. Federline expresses immense pride in watching his sons support each other and grow into their own individuals.